before Christmas. You guys ready? You guys ready? Boom, boom, boom. Welcome back, Q. Where we go one, we go all. And fight we will. Welcome to the Matrixxx Groove Hour. Oh my gosh, we had some new Q yesterday on 11/11/2019. It is 11/12/2019, and Shady and I are going to go through the entire Q thread today. Guys, I also want to, Shady and I were talking before the show today, and I just want to do this for myself. And Shady and some other people close to me know why. And I just want to read this real quick before I bring in my partner in justice. Well, actually, partner in justice, get on in here, Shady Groove. Get in here now.
I'm already in here.
You're already in here. I knew that. He was already here.
I was scuffling around to the side, just waiting to jump in.
He was hiding behind me. I was like going, don't look at Shady. Don't look at Shady. Welcome to the show, Shady Groove.
That's right. Thank you. Welcome, everyone.
You're a patriot, and, I really appreciate everything that you do, and I appreciate you for you. And I want to... you kind of, mentioned something to me, kind of were talking earlier before the show, and I want to just make sure that I put this on today. And if everybody wants to join me, that's fine, and I hope they do. And I want to read Q Post 1432. And it's finally, be strong in the Lord and his mighty power. Put on the full armor of God so that you can take your stand against the devil's schemes. For our struggle is not against flesh and blood, but against the rulers, against the authorities, against the powers of this dark world, and against the spiritual forces of evil in the heavenly realms. Therefore, put on the full armor of God, so that when the day of evil comes, you may be able to stand your ground, and after you've done everything to stand firm. Then with the belt of truth buckled around your waist, with the breastplate of righteousness in place, and with your feet firm, fitted with the readiness that comes from the gospel of peace. In addition to all this, take up the shield of faith, with which you can extinguish all the flaming arrows of the evil one. Take the helmet of salvation and the sword of the Spirit, which is the word of God, and pray in the Spirit on all occasions with all kinds of prayers and requests. With this in mind, be alert and always keep on praying for all the saints, Ephesians 6:10-18. And then obviously it's got love is patient, love is kind. It does not envy, it does not boast, it is not proud, it is not rude, it is not self-seeking, it is not easily angered. It keeps no records of wrongs. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, always perseveres. Love never fails. Shady, thank you. Amen, guys. Shady, that was just very important for me to start the show off, because we are being heavily attacked. We're all being heavily attacked, period. We are poking the devil in the nose.
Truth right now is.
Yeah, everybody standing up for truth. Well said, Shady. Everybody standing up for truth is under attack right now, guys.
You're the truthers, and look at look at the way the whole world has been engineered to not see the truth. We see this thing that is out there, but no one else can see it because they're still hypnotized. And so it really does create a large gap between us and people who don't understand these things. And there's a lot of those gaps that have to be bridged here in a short run. Across not only America, but the whole world. We have to reconnect with the idea that we are people and we are not here to fight each other. That is not why we're here. And the idea that we should be fighting each other is a con job. It's a scam.
Yep. And there's a lot of arrows being thrown to a lot of different people's ways. And, I stand with you in truth. And once the truth is finally revealed, I will be here for anybody that wants to come back and learn and, discuss truth. I mean, we don't know it all, guys. I don't know it all. You don't know. We don't know it all. And apparently,
we just know that what they're telling us isn't true.
That's right. Absolutely.
That's the main thing we know.
I mean, I was told that the Q8chan was hosted on a Russian server. I mean, are you freaking kidding me? I mean, the ignorance of the flaming arrows that are being thrown at me right now, Shady, are absolutely ridiculous. So
we're going to trudge forward.
We're going to trudge forward. Yeah, we're going to bring you some Q today. This is You Will Pay. You know who you are. We are coming for you. These are QAnon posts for 11/11. This will be my thread for all QAnon posts for Monday, November 11th, 2019. Praying for all of our veterans on this Veterans Day. Let's go. And here it is.
11/11 is a very important day.
11/11. Yes, sir. And, God bless our troops yesterday. And then before that, it was the Marine's birthday. So this is the first Q post. Starts out with DEC. The C is capitalized. And, that could be like a route, or it could mean D class in December, or Comey in December. There's many different takes on this, guys. Shady, what's your take?
C.
D comes before C now.
I don't know.
So, and I'm thinking, with this report coming out, I'm thinking that we're going to see some criminal indictments. One of them could be Comey. I thought it was also very interesting, Shady, when the president came out and said, to all you Comeys around the world.
He said to the Comeys of the world. To the Comeys of the world. Now, who's been talking about that, Matrixx? Yeah. Who else has been explaining to people what a Comey really is? Not the person.
Comeys are Merovingian warriors that are tasked to go to other countries and take them over, buy all the real estate, and take them over by stealth, guys.
You don't say.
You don't say. Higher loyalty, Comey.
A higher loyalty would be a Comey.
A higher loyalty would be a Comey, and not to you and me, to somebody higher.
Not to my Constitution, I'm assuming.
Or
that's
lower,
no good.
or lower, maybe, Shady.
Maybe lower. You got a good point there.
Right. So let's keep going with this. This is this is an interesting post. And then the next post here, we have AGGRE underscore RECIR underscore DEC. Now, that's an aggregator or recirculator or of D class possibly. I mean, so. We go to, I really quick, let's not jump to this. Let's just keep going, because this could be router codes too as well, guys. You understand? This is our friend Stormy Joe Patriot. Here he is. Look at, this is our president. This is the president that I know. So basically he's saying, look, White House tweet, Q post.
Q.
White House tweet, Q post. So Q, then POTUS, then Q. This is the Q I know. I actually spoke with Stormy Patriot Joe. He's unfortunately, working today. I would have loved to have him on the show if we could, but here's what he said. He goes, funny. Obviously, I had no idea I'd been Q'd. I was leaving for lunch, walking back into my office, and the screen Q map popped with the POTUS tweets. As you know, I've been looking for the cadence between DJT and Q as confirmation for 8kun. So I screened it quick on the fly, didn't even trim my phone pic at the end. So for me personally, yesterday's Qs are confirmed. The third prior on 8kun, unclear. There was a whole bunch of updates and movement on the board yesterday, Code Monkey and the link to Resurrection. So there's all the details of my thoughts on the tweet and the Q'd. Rock on. So I stand with you on that, Stormy Patriot Joe on Twitter. I think that's interesting.
Very interesting.
Yep. So that was from our great friend, Stormy Patriot Joe. Now, this is also awesome. I was with Craig, Just Informed Talk. He was
recently,
cute.
right?
Yeah, just recently in Doral, right? And let's go ahead and check this out, guys. Here we go.
Reject their extremism and their socialism and their corruption. They're corrupt. Adam Schiff is a corrupt politician. When he made that phony speech where he made up a really horrible speech and said that I said it, I said, I'm going to sue him. They said, sir, I'm sorry, you can't. He's got total immunity because he made it in Congress. Can you believe this? But here's the good news. At least we have a forum. We have a place we can talk so everyone knows what's going on. Bunch of phony people. But this is what?
Wow. So
We have a what?
we have a forum.
So we could talk?
So nothing to see here. Just real Donald Trump confirming the new 8kun.net forum, which in last night's speech. Wait, what? So now it's called 8kun.us. You guys know that because .net took them down all for a LARP. Okay. And congratulations, Craig. Look who got cued. Look at that. That's awesome, Frank.
You love that meme.
I love that meme. And congratulations, Craig, at Just Informed Talk. What a great guy. I had a chance to
Craig gets cued too.
So a bunch of our friends are getting cued, Shady. I think that's
I noticed
amazing.
that.
Yeah. Here we go. This is another one. Ag image failure. And I noticed yesterday when I was able to access 8kun.us that the images weren't working. So I had a feeling that he's like, hey, there's an image failure, maybe talking about that. Route DOD 11.11.18, America will be unified again. Future proves past. Okay? So that's a very interesting post there.
So could that ag image line there, could that be because he had a picture attached to it and the picture didn't upload? Or would that just be like a communication to say picture didn't come along with this
Right.
with this drop?
I think it's the picture didn't work.
Right. So the ag image failure is something from the site that's showing that it didn't work.
Right. And if you were on 8kun.us yesterday, you would see that, the pictures weren't loading.
Right. Well, yeah. I definitely haven't been having very much luck getting that to work.
Yeah. I was on there and it just showed like a box where the picture would be and no picture. So that could be what it is. But the route DOD 11.11.18 will prove very interesting. And America will be unified again on a forum called 8kun, guys. Future proves past. Now, this is awesome, Shady. I want you to read these in your shady voice. These are amazing.
I prefer dangerous freedom over peaceful slavery. Thomas Jefferson. What we seek is the reign of law based upon the consent of the governed and sustained by the organized opinion of mankind. Woodrow Wilson. Educate and inform the whole mass of people. They are the only sure reliance for the preservation of our liberty. Thomas Jefferson. Q.
Oh my gosh. And those quotes, in my opinion, are
some of the most powerful.
Huge boom, guys. Boom.
Some of the most powerful comments from Thomas Jefferson, those two right there.
Those two right there, absolutely. And Woodrow, interesting. So I did get ahead, go ahead and get you some memes out there. Get your memes out there. There's Woodrow, and there's the one about the educate and inform the whole mass of the people.
And this is, that post to me, Matrixx, that he said that the Q put that post up, says so much about, like, I'm a person who's been trying to red pill people for 20 plus years. And it's so hard to get people to understand that. It's so hard to get people to understand that living in a society where everyone has freedom, no one is saying that is a completely safe society to live in.
Right. What
you
better way?
You have responsibilities for your safety. You have responsibilities for your sustainability. You have responsibilities for your future. You have the responsibilities for your consumption. You do solely. That is freedom, and within that is what we want. And we can sit around and talk about the things that all we want to talk about, but the reality is the government stepping in to bail people out or to help these companies or to do these different forms and making it. This is all the reason we have slush funds and a completely corrupt government, is because we've allowed them to do these things. These people that wrote our Constitution believed that government was incompetent of anything. They can't do anything right, ever. Don't ever trust them to do anything right. The only thing they can do is be there for the structure, for the people to come in and out of. The people get elected and the people go away. The people get elected, the people go away. Times change. That is freedom, and it doesn't come with some sort of guarantee. And I think that a lot of people have kind of been brainwashed into thinking they're going to have a society that is, we have like rubber bumpers on everything where no one gets hurt. That's not like how this works.
Right. And there was
freedom is dangerous,
and there
but it's better than peaceful slavery.
Yeah, and there's a quote that I remember, like, what better way to control people than have them thinking they're free? And I can't find it, but that's
the people. The easier it is, the people. No one is easier to control than those who think they're free.
That's right. And what made us all slaves, basically, is the 14th Amendment of the Constitution.
Yep.
And the 14th Amendment of the Constitution basically says this: all persons born or naturalized in the United States and subject to the jurisdiction thereof are citizens of the United States and of the state wherein they reside. No state shall make or enforce any law which shall abridge the privileges or immunities of citizens of the United States, nor shall any state deprive any person of life, liberty, or property without due process of law, nor deny any person within its jurisdiction with the equal protection of laws. Allegedly. But you never own your property, do you, Shady?
Not anymore.
Not anymore. All right, so that's that one there. And then we go to this one. This was very interesting to me. Route DOD 11.11.18, right? A route. Is that an IP address? Oh, look. The IP address is 11.11.18.0 for the DOD Network Information Center. Wow. That's not in Russia, is it, Shady?
I don't think that's going to be in Russia. We could search those longitude and latitude.
It says country United States.
It says the U.S., but the longitude might be lying to you.
Right. This is the DOD Information Network Center. This is where it actually goes to. East Broad Street, Columbus, Ohio, believe it or not. And then look at the DISA. This is the Defense Information System Agency. The DISA vision is to be the trusted provider to connect and protect the warfighter in cyberspace. We are the digital soldiers.
The warfighter in cyberspace, huh?
Does that kind of sound like digital soldiers? Now look at, remember, 8 Kuhn is talking about Project Odin. Look at this data mission here. To conduct DODIN operations for the joint warfighter to enable lethality across all warfighting domains in defense of our nation.
Odin?
Odin.
Huh. Thinking we're connecting something there, buddy. NRO?
NRO.
This was irregular warfare at its finest. We have an army of digital soldiers.
Yes. Make sure to go get that song today on iTunes, Prime, everywhere you go. Go buy it for JT Wild, guys.
Support JT Wild. He was on with us yesterday. That was amazing.
Support JT was amazing. So look at that. That's amazing to me. Like, look at the people here. It is a .mil too, guys. Remember, military was important according to our POTUS, right? So this is a .mil, DISA.mil, okay? And Nancy Norton, Navy, Anthony Montemaro, Executive Director, Assistant to the Director, Major General Garrett Yee, Army, Chief of Staff Laura Williams, Senior Enlisted Advisor, Chief Master Sergeant David Klink of the Air Force. Interesting. So now, Shady, here's this post. The calm before the storm, POTUS. So what month, day, Q public campaign initiated?
10/17.
10/17.
10/28/17.
Yeah, and when POTUS had come before the storm, it was right around October 5th.
10/5.
Right. Here, let's listen. And watch him draw a Q as he says this.
Tell us, sir.
Maybe it's the calm before the storm.
What's the storm?
Could be the calm before the storm.
What storm is
We have the world's great military people in this room, I will tell you that. And we're going to have a great evening. Thank you all for coming.
What storm, Mr. President?
You'll find out.
Give us a hint on your analysis.
Thank you, everybody.
You think they're finding out, Shady? Right? So there's the calm before the storm, POTUS. Month, day, Q public campaign initiated. Month, day, Durham initiated. So let's actually go to the Q map on this so we can get over to some of the links here. So, what day, month Durham initiated? What famous crime family did Durham target? Also spearheaded mob prosecutions of the Gambino, Genovese, and Patriarca crime families. Now let's look at this. This is Time Magazine. CIA abuse investigator John Durham. This is from Wednesday, August 26th, 2019.
And it's an interesting article because this talks about Eric Holder appointing him. I don't know if you were going to read it or not, but it also talks about Janet Reno appointing him.
Yeah, so let's go ahead. John Durham. You want to go ahead and read some of that? Go ahead, because this is important, at least this first.
John Durham is a low-profile professional thirst in the decidedly high-profile assignment. The press.
My bad. Go ahead.
The press shy Connecticut prosecutor was tapped by Attorney General Eric Holder on August 24th to investigate alleged mistreatment of terror suspects by the CIA interrogators and contractors. His appointment came on the heels of the newly released Justice Department report indicating interrogators abused prisoners by, among other things, threatening to kill one man's family and choking another man to the point of unconsciousness. Durham, 59, is no stranger to top-level governmental investigations. In '99, he was selected by Attorney General Janet Reno to probe law enforcement corruption in Boston. Last year, he was named by Attorney General Michael Mukasey to head the ongoing investigation into the destruction of CIA interrogation videotapes. Colleagues say Durham is thorough and cautious in deciding whether a case deserves to be prosecuted, but once he fires on a target, the veteran lawyer usually catches his prey.
The hunters have become the hunted. Fixes on a target.
Hunters are now the hunted.
Over the target.
And they have been for 2 years, and that's what this whole operation of Q has been about, is to move their chess pieces, get them aggravated, to make them think, to make mistakes left and right, and you watched them do it.
Yep, and this is about the Gitmo. Remember all that stuff under the Bush regime, guys? Remember all this? So that's that, guys. This is the Gitmo detainees. I don't even think we want to show those guys.
The point of this is they're going to have a really hard time discrediting him, considering he was appointed by and trusted by Holder and Reno.
Right.
You know, it's
and
Mukasey,
like a
partisan BS argument if they pretend he's not trustworthy.
That's right. So what ABC agency did Durham target, Shady? We got the mess. We got
Clowns.
it right. Clowns. The clowns in America. How are messages sent? Now remember, he also spearheaded mob prosecutions of Gambino, Genovese, and Patriarca families. The crime families, guys.
Which means the mob people might know him.
The mob people might not like him very much, right?
Might not be friendly towards him.
Now, look at this. The killer says he murdered reputed mafia boss to protect Trump. Do you think Anthony Comello was a message to Donald J. Trump from the clowns in America?
I think it was.
I mean, obviously this Q on his hand, it didn't look right. You know,
there was some other part of the slogan that they were trying to say he was saying.
Yeah, we had it all. We had it all. Like, we looked into all of that too. Like, it had some slogans in there that were incorrect, not real Q-isms. I can't remember what it was, but they probably just drew that on his hand, man. I mean, that's basically what we're getting down to. Okay, so that was a message sent, guys, through Rolling Stone, Deep State controlled. Okay, narrative, if you will. So then we've got December 2018, December 12th, 2018. What if there's another prosecutor outside of D.C. assigned by Sessions with that same mandate or authority? You know, who do we got? Huber?
We got Huber.
We got Huber.
Who's in Utah, and now it looks like that we've had Durham the whole time. So we were talking before the show. It wouldn't surprise me if there is a third one out there, and they've had this. You know, most military operations have 3 fail-safes, and to think that we had 3 investigations concurrently going would give us plenty, and probably not leave a lot under the table.
And Q's asking us to look at the timeline. So on August 3rd, 17, he was unanimously confirmed by the Senate to a 4-year term as a U.S. attorney. Okay, so that's very interesting too. All right, so that's part of like get August, September, October. Sessions, Huber, and
Air Force One says 917.
yeah, even if you add it up, 9 plus 1 plus 7 is 17 as well, Shady.
Yep.
All right, so that's Sessions. So you got Sessions, Huber, and Durham. You see that? 5-5. Do you believe in coincidences? Be ready, Patriots. Q. Now, let's look at the December 12, 2018, but that actually ties into another post, guys. But let's before we get into that, let's take a look at, keep 12, 18 in the back of your heads just for a minute, okay? All right, and now we got this. We've got MSM constant attacks. Ask yourself why. This is 3582. Here's Dem Party is dead, duffing it up. And by the way, duffing it up also follows. So more, fellow Patriots getting cued. Just like Schiff fabricated my phone call, he will fabricate the transcripts that he is making and releasing. Okay? And that's pretty interesting. And that's, calm before the storm. So that was basically a near zero delta with Q posting seconds before Trump. And we were just talking about that with Stormy Joe Patriot. Q POTUS, Q POTUS, Q POTUS. Get it? All right, so here's the June 12th, 2018. June 12th. Would you believe Hussein tried to call Kim prior to the summit? He did not have his updated phone number. Q, do you remember that?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so let's go to that. Let's go to this article. This article is Donald Trump blames Barack Obama tried to call Kim Jong-un 11 times, but North Korean dictator had a lack of respect and wouldn't answer, as Obama-era national security spokesman said it never happened. This is an article from October 22, 2019, October 21. Trump told media during cabinet meeting that Barack Obama had tried to call 11 times to connect with Kim Jong-un via phone. He claimed that the North Korean strongman rejected Obama each time. Obama national security spokesman called him a serial liar and said he never called. Trump made a similar claim in June, saying that Obama administration had been unsuccessfully begging North Korea for a meeting. Former Obama-era official advisor Susan Rice said at the time that claim was horse beep. All right, so previous numbers tracked.
Get a meeting since.
Right, previous numbers tracked surveillance by a select dedicated team. Number breakdown pre-post POTUS elect. Do you believe in coincidences? Relevant to future upcoming events. Q.
This tells me that they are going to present this information at some point.
Right.
Because they're pointing back to this article like this, and the president has made these comments about him not taking the call.
Let's listen to this.
North Korea, okay, maybe someday, but I'll tell you what, if somebody else became president with that same mindset that they had, you'd right now be in a big war with North Korea. You don't hear too much about it. Could happen. I don't know. I always say, who knows? It's deals. Who knows? But in the meantime, North Korea's, I like him. He likes me. We get along. I respect him. He respects me. You could end up in a war. President Obama told me that. He said the biggest problem, I don't know how to solve it. He told me he doesn't know how to solve it. I said, did you ever call him? No. Actually, he tried 11 times. But the man on the other side, the gentleman on the other side, did not take his call. Okay? Lack of respect. But he takes my call. Thank you very much, everybody.
What do you think of that? What do you think of that, huh?
So very much panic, Matrixx.
And look, he got blue checks. Obama never called Kim Jong-un. Obama never tried to meet Kim Jong-un. Trump is a serial liar and not well.
Thanks, Ben Rhodes.
Right. Here's one of our people that could be getting criminal indictments soon. Former intelligence clapper.
A little bit. You're going to be seeing less of some of these. CNN's going to have to hire some new talent. Once they got Brennan and Comey, or Brennan and Clapper and McCabe wrapped up, they're not going to have a lot of experts.
And when have you ever seen this, Shady?
We've never seen this. The movie doesn't talk about this either, ever. They never mention it.
We're mentioning it. Why is that, Shady?
President of the United States, for the first time since the war going in North Korea.
We are the news now, guys. You are the news. Look at this. Look at this, guys.
Unafraid. He has a lot of reason to be vulnerable and afraid right there. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I'd be like, crapping my pants, I think.
I think so, yeah.
With how they brainwashed us of how North Korea, quote unquote, is.
I've never expected to meet you at this place.
Fascinating, emotional moment, man.
If you're next to us, take a step forward. You will be the first U.S. president
Listen.
across the board of this line.
First U.S. president, Shady. That's history. That's history right there, Shady.
Yeah, huge history right there. And Dennis Rodman helped get us there.
Yeah, and guess what Dennis Rodman, what show he was on?
He was on The Apprentice.
Interesting.
Yeah.
All right, so now we got our Google whistleblower, Zach Voorhees, in the house.
It's cued.
And again, we've got this February 18, 2018, right? So we got Google whistleblower, Project DeepMind, AI Manhattan Project. That's what he said. It was even on our show. So February 18th, Project Deep Dream, version 2, A in Killbox, Q. Do you believe in coincidences? All right, so let's check this out. This is a Breitbart article. Whistleblower, Google is developing an AI for planetary surveillance, guys.
And you guys out there in this audience understand this, but I'm telling you, not very many people recognize the significance of what they were planning on doing to us.
Former Google senior software developer and whistleblower Zach Voorhees appeared on SiriusXM's Breitbart News Tonight with host Rebecca Mansour Friday to discuss Google's relationship with communist China and company's artificial intelligence project DeepMind, which has also been called the AI Manhattan Project. DeepMind disputed Voorhees' comments in a statement to Breitbart News, saying it does not have operations in China. Mansour and Voorhees talk about Google's business engagement in China. I mean, this is absolutely amazing. It's 45 minutes long. If you guys get a chance to watch it, go ahead. But so here it is. Mansour, so Google has gotten in trouble in the past for doing business with the Communist government of China, Mansour said. And I want to ask you, with those efforts ongoing, when you were with the company, can you give us any insight into that? Because it was quite troubling. Zach says, so Google bought this AI company called DeepMind. There's DeepMind right there. See it? So there's DeepMind. It's very interesting. Okay. Going back to the whistleblower. DeepMind. Let me just put it in a plain language what that is. DeepMind was creating a godlike AI system that is able to ingest the available public information on the internet and make sense of it. Think of it like Amazon Alexa, except much, much more intelligent. This AI system was moved out of the UK, I believe, and placed into China. And it's being dubbed as the AI Manhattan Project. DeepMind disputed the comments statement to Breitbart. I'm sure they did. They also arrested him outside of his apartment. Google did. A DeepMind spokesperson said, DeepMind is a scientific research organization headquartered in the UK and does not have operations in China. Voorhees continued, Peter Thiel, he accused Google of acting in a treasonous way. This is how serious this project is. It is the most sophisticated, advanced AI project in the world, made by an American company placed in China. Voorhees says, when people think of surveillance, they usually think of country surveillance. This is planetary surveillance of all information that is available on the surface web, and also any sources that it can get in its deep web, and utilizing Google's extensive deep analysis of its book scanning stuff. So think of the Library of Alexandria, all available on websites, so that you can search for that, and all data that gets fused together, and decision-making process that gets formed because of that. This is essentially what the Google DeepMind project is all about.
Wake up, please.
Right. Wow.
This is scary stuff.
All right. So now we got this date, Shady. February 18. Let's go to February 18. Look at what we find here. So we've got this Little Kids Foundation, Global Ambassador, okay, India, 2017, Bill and Melinda Gates of Hell Foundation, Microsoft, Google, some weird symbol, and Epic, 100% grass-fed protein are the sponsors. And somebody says, this page says it's sponsored by Bill Gates, Google, Epic, looks like a Russian Gannett thing, walnut sauce sign that autists dug up. Gannett is also located in McLean, Virginia. Coincidence? Just the tip. Q. Just the tip, Shady.
And, just to refresh everyone, Gannett is the main Mockingbird-centered news source where they get all their 4 a.m. talking points.
Right. G-A-N-N-E-T. How do I... Gannett. Yep, here it is. Gannett.
It's kind of their news aggregator, so they can all get on the same page real quick.
Right. Here it is right here. 1.8 billion user monthly minutes. Top 5 for news information, guys. Who we are. We are the Mockingbird Media. Our purpose, to be the next media brainwashing company that communities connect and act to thrive. We believe we push media's boundaries to break away from passive consumption instead drive real change. All right, let's see the View Board of Directors. Here they are. They're all CIA. This is basically CIA, guys.
The farm.
Here's the leadership. Paul Bascobert, Hebert, Barbara Wall, Allison Engel, Chris Barton. I'm just looking at the people here. Do we know anybody? We got a lot of purple in there. A lot of arms crossed. Wear purple. Shady, wear purple for this, okay? All right, so there you go. So that's that. So that's February 18th. Whoops, let's keep going. Interesting. So then we got at Snowden. Where are you? Not Russia. Eyes on. You are now a liability. Helping at Jack, Project Deep Dream V2A. We will never forget. E.S. Edward Snowden failed. Where is E.S.? John Perry Barlow defined the end. The day of reckoning is upon us. John 3:16. Q.
Could be Eric Schmidt on that ES as well.
It could be Eric Schmidt. You're absolutely right, because Snowden is at Snowden. You're absolutely right.
Yep.
Yeah, Schmidt went to, I don't know if this was the time. No, he wasn't in North Korea.
I think this was an earlier one. This was like right whenever we were first starting to get into. This was actually before Barlow had died.
Right. That's right.
Remember, Barlow died like a month later.
Right. And then here we go. We've got this. POTUS's birthday is 6/14/46, and for I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you hope in a future. Protect 6/14/46. Protect 16/14/46. Received, confirmed, good, Q. Go with God. The clock is activated. These are all from 218. Clean action approved. Highest authority for God and country. For God and country. Very interesting, Shady.
I think that we are going to have a heck of a time keeping up with all this, bud.
Especially now that we get into this next post. This next post is a rabbit hole.
Literally.
Okay. Let's go to Philosophical. And by the way, hey, Clark, he's been dropping memes underneath me a lot. Amazing Patriot. Here we go here. Look at this. So he got the 11-11-18-0. 11-11. America will be unified again because 8-Kun. That's why we're unified again. We now have a forum back, Shady.
We have a place to talk where we can describe what's going on.
That's right. America will be unified again. 11.11.18. That's not in Russia, by the way.
Oh, it's not?
Nope.
Oh.
Bop, boop, beep, boop, boop. I will give credit to a Facebook friend.
Go grab let's grab Q-Post 2527 real quick.
You got it. Let me go back over here and say the number one more time for me, my brother.
2527.
2527 coming your way. Go ahead.
What happened to 11-11-18? Unified America Day? You disgusting liar fraud. Answer, Freddie, you blank blank. Q responds, think waves. Worldwide? Define unified. 17. Sat knockout forced new class tech online by who? Controlled moment activated 17. Do you believe in coincidences? Do you believe your efforts here persuade people to stop the pursuit of truth? CA_J. There is a place for everyone. Q. And I think this is interesting because connected to our unified 11-11, people thinking of it meaning something else like a people thing, us realizing it means something like a technology thing, satellite knockouts, forcing new classified tech online by what? You would imagine the clowns put new tech online, or did we put new tech online? Are we in control? Do you see how this is playing out, everyone? We have a path, and you know, it's like, I mean, it's like threading a needle a little bit here.
Right, and remember the strange earthquake waves that rippled around the world
on that day, on 11-11-18, that emanated from, there you go, yep, from an island off of India.
Mayoette's South Island, right there. Strange waves rippled around the world, and nobody knows why. Instruments picked up the seismic waves of more than 10,000 miles away, but barely nobody felt them.
And they were not able to measure them. These were not normal earthquake or seismic waves of any kind. They literally do not recognize what these waves were.
They rang for more than 20 minutes, and yet it seems no human felt them. So this is a very interesting thing when we were doing this, right? When we were
it was a 17-second event, and the ringing lasted for 17 minutes or something, if I remember right. Yeah.
However, there's no big earthquake kicking off recent slow waves, adding to the weirdness. Mayoette's mystery waves are what scientists call monochromatic. Most earthquakes send out waves with a slew of different frequencies, but Mayoette's signal was a clean zigzag dominated by one type of wave that took a steady, how many seconds to repeat?
17.
It's like
and
you have...
Q post that we just read mentioned those 17 markers in this wave specifically.
Right. Yes.
Yeah.
How many? 17. Oh my God! You just can't make.
And this was on
up.
December. You know, this was a Q post from December 2nd of last year, so it would have been about 3 weeks after this event.
Right, and now we're looking in the project Looking Glass, guys. Looking Glass is very interesting. I've just kind of started to dig on it. Shady, should I show those pictures that I dug up?
Oh yeah, you can show. Yeah, I think you should show those just to give people a little bit of an idea of what they're doing. I mean, you know, this is connected to what people would think of like Stargate technology, or maybe even moving material through dimensions. Multiple different processes here that we can speculate about, but in theory, these projects are located in underground bases.
Yeah, there's one apparently. When I was doing some research on videos on Project Looking Glass, Montauk, right? The Montauk seat, They call it. Also S4, which is Area 51. Now,
Area 51, yeah.
remember the NRO patches with the 4 stars, and I said that they could be S4 base near Area 51?
Absolutely.
Wow. I'm trying to find this here. Good morning. Okay, we're getting close. All right, so I'm going to pull up a video here, or excuse me, a picture here. And I'm going to just get your thoughts on it, guys. Here's the image right here. This is Area S4. Okay? This is Area S4, Level 4-2. It's called Alice's Floor. And, you know, follow the white rabbit. There is a stuffed Alice in Wonderland rabbit is permanently mounted above the entrance to the Project Looking Glass room. Now, this is the kind of stuff where, you know, the more it comes more realistic, you know, the more realistic unrealistic it becomes, Shady.
Yeah, and this is where we get into the stuff that's connected to the MK Ultra and the brainwashing and the mind control and the way that they're able, you know, people can work with this equipment for a week and then they can go home for the weekend and they don't think about it. They're hypnotized and doing projects that they won't talk to their neighbor about it.
Like, look at this. Think mirror. So man-made strategy stargates were reversed engineered from mirror image Sumerian cylinder seals, guys.
Yeah, and they're you know, you guys have heard about all the people that go to Antarctica. No Name went there. The Pope has went there. All these other people. There's speculation that that's what they're going there to access is one of these units.
Here's what one looks like.
Well, that's the one picture they have, and there's also some of them that stand up like that looks like actually a Stargate. They're saying the one in Antarctica is ancient. Like the one in Antarctica is supposedly here like from a long time ago.
Right.
Not built currently, but they've been trying to emulate it or reverse engineer the thing and using it for purposes of global future predicting, quote unquote. But you know, like we know all this is BS, right? We know it's all BS between like, oh, Russia is some big enemy. You know, the Cold War is total. It's all it's all just a play to further the goals of totalitarianism around the planet. And so, in theory, you know, Russia and the U.S. we haven't really been adversaries. We kind of have to understand that on the back channels we have been very cooperative. You know, there was lots of conspiracies of Reagan and Gorbachev meeting on submarines in secret. I mean, you know, there's lots of stuff out there that show that this was. You know, it's the WWE in real life.
Right. So remember, Shady, we were talking that they need the satellites to be more all-seeing. So that's why the trajectory of this satellite launch is going above the all-seeing eye. But look at the 4 stars on the right. Do they need Project Looking Glass to be more all-seeing as well, guys? In Area S4. It's not the only patch that the 4 stars have been shown in.
No, there were a few of them that had 4 stars, and it was interesting. Oh yeah, there was one with 5.
Yeah.
If I thought I was remembering a lot of them had 4 stars. There's more there too.
Yeah.
6 on that one.
Here's the dragon, 4 stars on each side, and then there's 3 others. So that's why you're seeing this 3 other. See, it's interesting. It's just very interesting. But the 3 stars have been kind of there. Look at this one, where we float one, we float all.
4.
S4, and
4 stars on that one, yeah.
And even when I looked at Passio's decodes of these, he said it could be the Area S4 near Area 51. So that's Project Looking Glass, guys. I mean, just do some search on that. It is some interesting stuff. And here's the, you know, where I got those pictures from. This is during the time at S4. I mean, you know, and I don't know. Look, we're digging right here.
None of us know.
We're digging. We're digging, but it's basically
but
how
it's
Back
cool
to the
that some
Future
of this
came.
information that we've all had for years and years is being like people are interested in understanding or at least thinking about it now.
Right.
The more people that come to the conversation, the quicker we're going to be able to untangle a lot of this.
Right, and here's the one that stands up.
Now that one might be from the movie.
Stargate from the Hollywood movie, right? But think mirror.
And what does a mirror do?
It reflects.
It reflects. That's right.
So whatever we're thinking and saying, it's going to reflect.
Correct.
Interesting, right? So that's interesting. Deep rabbit hole. But look at that. Going forward, in order to look back, future proves past. See that?
How does Q team do this?
Right. Could he be telling us? Could they be telling us?
Seems like they are telling us. It seems like they're telling us that these technologies are being used to eliminate them.
So what if they had a hackless computer, all the stuff that we think that, doesn't exist exists? What if they have all this? What if the Q team, we're seeing a lot of these coincidences all around the world, even in our personal lives, Shady.
That's happening.
Yes.
No, it is. It's not just the physical world. It is. We talk about the Great Awakening. We're not just talking about your mind having information. We're talking about the DNA. Literally, your DNA has been manipulated and culled. Now, something is happening that's allowing it to repair itself. That's what's occurring. The neurotransmitters of the world. We're not any different. Matrixx, you and I, we're not any different. Me, any other anon out there, we're not different. We are the same. We have different thoughts. We have different experiences, but we are the same creature. We're the same species. We exist together. They have tried to tell us that for somehow that because you're brown and you're female and you're maybe whatever you want to classify yourself as, that you're something different. But we're all humanity. We all represent each aspect of humanity. So if we come together in our minds and start to unified, like Q says, how important that is, we're unifying in our minds to aggregate the information. And that's why that's why I've felt such a connection to you and to all the anons out there, to all the people that have helped us through these last couple of years. Like, these connections are so powerful because we're using each other's mainframe to get information back and forth, and then we can upload and download so much quicker, and we move quicker, and we accomplish things. That is the momentum they do not want us to have.
Right.
They want us stuck.
Right. And, we look at, what is Alice is 33 or so times, guys. That's how many times in that word, Alice and Wonderland.
A lot.
So interesting.
And then we get this Q post.
Then we get this one. And this is like, this title, this title is actually pretty good. Rogue elements in the intel agencies ran a clandestine black op to infiltrate the government. You don't say. Wasn't George Puppy Bush head of the CIA?
Yes.
Why did we ever elect him? I feel so stupid.
Because he initiated the assassination of JFK and was successful.
It was when the real coup started. All right, Shady, do you want to go ahead and take it? And you can just say clowns for C_A.
I sure will. Once clowns, always clowns. Former clowns elected to Congress. Former clowns running for Congress. Former clowns running for Senate. Former clowns elected to Senate. Former clowns elected to presidency. Define black op. Clandestine. Once clowns, always clowns. Snowden pre-NSA. Snowden base of ops geolocation. Whistleblowers versus POTUS. Former clowns? Define black op. Clandestine. What happens? Rogue elements of U.S. and ABC intelligence agencies target to insert into the U.S. political system a president, vice president, House, Senate, NSC, U.S. ambassadors, etc. in black op designated to control friend versus foe targeting, self-preservation, NSA versus clowns. Q. Well, now that tells you a story.
Wow. That's good
that
versus
tells you
evil.
The complete story right there. That tells you everything you need to know. Everything about it. They're all clowns.
Clowns everywhere. There's clowns blocking up the scenery.
This makes me think that Schumer is one. This makes me think that Pelosi is one. Like, literally, like they came from the farm.
Well, they say that a lot of people, kids, children of the bloodlines end up in the C_A or ABC
Correct.
Industries. That's
we
right.
know all their connections. So these bloodline families are the clowns.
So Mika Brzezinski, clown.
Yes.
So there's at Snowden, how is Russia?
Like, they're all clowns.
Right. 1:23:18 at Snowden, how is Russia? Almost time. At Snowden, clock is ticking. How's Russia?
That we just read. they put in a fake president. And all the people around him were clowns.
Look at here. Here's the John Perry Barlow. John Perry Barlow.
This Q post is also, just to let you know, this Q post is calling Vice President Joe Biden a CIA op.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
And that's why they're so they do start acting like clowns whenever they get panicky, don't they?
They do. And you know, and that's the whistleblower thing too. This is that truth to power stuff. Truth to power was supposed to be a protecting people, right?
Wow.
And you know how Q always was talking about, internet freedom and stuff like that, and it was interesting that he chose Barlow because Barlow was all about internet freedom.
Well, I mean, Barlow was very integral in the secure drop type stuff. So a lot of that, even the preliminary parts of the internet being set up. He was part of the Grateful Dead. He was a writer for the Grateful Dead, and so he had a lot of input to be the web being set up. And supposedly he was setting up ways for people to whistleblow, but through a lot of the information, we're still not 100% sure whether or not that was intentionally set up as a false op to begin with, or was it co-opted later on per, I mean, he was obviously offed right after Q started posting, and they said heart attacks can be deadly. Guy died of a heart attack, so I'm not sure if, it was probably them getting rid of him so he didn't talk.
Yeah, and there's passed away quietly in his sleep, guys.
The Electronic Frontier Foundation was what started that.
That's right. So just
turned into Secure Drop. That eventually became Secure. And for people who are with us that don't understand, Secure Drop was a location where you would be made to feel like you could whistle blow. It's interesting how all this stuff is talking about whistleblowers, specifically in the news now.
Yeah.
But to whistle blow, and instead of it being a secure place to drop stuff, they set it up to where every single agency and machine possible could intercept that drop and try to find you as quick as possible and shut you up as quick as possible.
Right, and look at that there, Shady. Clowns. Snowden, thank you for showing the world how clowns pass narrative to journalists. Here it is. Edward Snowden retweeted. I wish we had more of this. No reason why official whistleblower or watchdog organization doesn't adopt Tor services to help report wrongdoing and corruption, just like Secure Drop, which journalists already use.
So once you're a journalist and you were to say use Secure Drop, you're going to be compromised immediately.
You're a clown.
Right, and so you're going to be turned into a clown. You're going to be told what to do from that point on. So this is a honeypot to get journalists, and we're seeing, I think there's 30 or 40,000 of them out there.
Absolutely.
Minimum in journalism around the country. I mean, we're not talking about just at the New York Times and Washington Post. I mean, I'm talking about like working for KTMR in San Antonio or whatever. I mean, like they're everywhere.
Right, and we remember the Q post that shows us how the reporter is and all the agencies that are talking to the reporter.
It's around each reporter.
So they literally are ABC, NBC, CNN,
yes,
Fox,
clowns,
FOX.
Alphabet agencies, ABC, CBS, NBC, FBI, CIA. Same.
Right. Exactly correct. So
Interesting
that's
how they have the eye symbols on each one.
Right.
Peacock symbol on one.
What's wrong with Peacock, Shady?
I don't want to talk about it. It's an ancient symbol as well, just like the other ones.
Right, of course. And this is it. And this is what we're talking about, guys. This is the next post, Shady, is what we were talking about last week. There's I'm trying to find the post, but there's
130,000,
31,000 sealed indictments. Indictments coming when? 2020?
2019, it says.
2019, guys.
And there are other mainstream, not mainstream, but alternative mainstream articles that are starting to print stuff saying that there is chatter that Comey and Brennan are, or maybe Clapper and Brennan are going to be publicly arrested before Christmas. Now, I don't want to
Yeah.
make predictions, but there's a lot of that out there right now on the net.
So yes,
could be disinfo, but there's a lot not cute stuff out there.
We don't like to say this stuff, guys. We don't like to say dates because we know that in any countdown it can be stopped real quick, to make adjustments and what have you. But there's 131,000 sealed indictments. There could be, there could be one arrest before the end of this year. There could be 2. There could be 3. There could be 4. But yes, Comey is exposed. McCabe is exposed. Strzok is exposed because, there's already indictments against McCabe, right? We've seen that in articles. So Comey, Page, Strzok, those people are in trouble. They're in big trouble.
And it believe it or not, they're in a lot more trouble than it has anything to do with currently, because all of this stuff about the old things that they buried, like the finders and all that's coming out right now. Mueller buried that stuff. Comey was involved in that. These people go way back.
Right. They
go way back. It's much like in Hollywood. Like if you do, remember how when Tiffany speaks about how if you do something in public, then you get rewarded if you
yes.
give them the one eye or whatever. So it's very similar. These people, once they did something horrible, then they would be kept around to do more horrible things because obviously they did it once, they'd do it again.
That's right. That's absolutely right.
And that's also take a step back from our excitement and say indictments coming 2019. Q could be misinfo.
Right.
Put it out right now.
Could be a year delta.
Exactly. We are literally, it could be a year delta. You don't know what it specifically means. It could just be to move board pieces. That's what the mainstream media can't take about this. They can't take that the information isn't pretty and solid. The information is there for you to receive and to take it how you want to take it. That's our free choice. That's what logical thinking means.
Yep.
You decide.
Yeah, you guys decide. The choice for you to know is yours, guys.
If it turns out there's no indictments in 2019, it's very obvious that this post was more to direct them to freak out and do something else stupid than it was to tell you what's going to happen in the future, like Nostradamus.
That's right. That's absolutely right. All right, guys. So that's the Q post for today. Keep digging. If you guys find stuff, dig in. Message Shady and I want to play a song. I want to play this.
Active day. Woohoo!
Because
let's do this.
Where we go one, we go all, guys. Shady, where we go one, we go
all.
Got the bodies in the dirt, needing someone to blame. A batch of greed and money to spare. They put the dollars in the coffers and the lies in the air. Where we go one, we go all. I won't push you down, you won't let me fall. One day for sure we will stand tall. Where we go one, we go all. Trust the plan because we have it all, and that fate is in our hands. Had a reason to fool us, but we didn't take the bait. Wanna take us to hell, but we got guns at the gate. Where we go one, we go all. I won't push you down, you won't let me fall. One day for sure we will stand tall. Where we go one.
GT Wild, where we go one, we go all. Matrixxx Groove, our outro song, Shady.
That gets me fired up.
Wow. All right, guys. There's a lot of other news, folks, that we did not cover, and we know this, but we wanted to do just the Q posts. So stay tuned. Be on the lookout
We're trying
today.
to be thorough.
Trying to be thorough. Now look at this, guys. Tomorrow, with the here's the rundown on tomorrow's bullshit impeachment hearing.
Impeach.
The estimate it will last a grueling 4 to 6.5 boring hours. Yeah, impeach Trump for the best frickin' economy in the world. Impeach him, Shady.
They're not allowing him to have a lawyer.
No.
They're not allowing any witness requested.
No.
This is not due process. This is the first time we've ever had an example set like this. This has never happened in American politics.
That's right. And look, the economy is booming, Shady.
Boom.
There it is. I got it for you guys. If you guys want to if you guys want the boom, you guys can grab it now for your liking. If you guys know how to download a video, you can use the boom. It's your boom. My booms are your booms. How about that, Shady? And look at, what does Trump say? The economy is booming.
The booms are our booms.
The booms. We got the booms. And here's a guide to access
We got the
Akun.
facts.
Not sure if it's right or good, but check it out. That was Pete 19567914. Another thing, this is a coup, guys. This is a coup. All right? I mean, it was a coup. The President of the United States, the Commander-in-Chief, agreed that an illegal coup was attempted against him. Stop and understand the gravity of that acknowledgement, guys. Stop and think of that. And I'd like to buy a vowel. This gets you hung. This is the topic. Gets you hung. Love it.
Not like Epstein.
Here you go. Obama, Clinton alumni serve at the UN, continuing the liberal bullshit policies in our international affairs during our president's era. This was also very interesting, guys. Just a rundown. Look at this Burisma stuff. Look at this.
Oligarch. I'm wondering if the State Department has any concerns or any thoughts about the vice president's son joining the board of directors of this Ukrainian gas company.
No, he's a private citizen.
Do you consider that the Russian oligarchs who control, or the Ukrainian oligarchs who control these, they're all private citizens as well?
We certainly wouldn't put them in the same category.
No, I'm not suggesting that it should be in the same category, but I'm wondering if there are concerns from this building about the perception about how the Russians and or the Ukrainians would perceive the involvement of a son of the Vice President of the United States, especially given the situation.
No,
nothing to see here. Nothing to see here, Shady.
No one.
And who the hell is she to answer that question, Shady? How about put it out to we the people? Here, let's look at this.
The son of the U.S. Vice President has joined the board of directors of Ukraine's largest private gas producer. Hunter Biden now leads the company's legal unit, getting the position a few weeks after his father's trip to Kiev. And as Marina Portnoy explains, this could be more than just a coincidence.
Since the start of the crisis in Ukraine, Washington has provided unwavering moral and financial support to anti-government protesters, particularly those who spearheaded the uprising. Over the past months, Kyiv has received special visits from the CIA director, the Secretary of State, his assistant, senators, and most recently, U.S. Vice President Joe Biden, who recently crossed the Atlantic to assure Ukrainians that America's involvement in their crisis is sincere.
We, the United States, stand with you and all the Ukrainian people. In time, democracy can be delivered to the Ukrainian people. It is not just a foreign policy judgment. It is a personal, it's an emotional commitment as well by millions of Americans. As you attempt to pursue energy security.
Well, as it turns out, Joe Biden's youngest son will be conveniently playing a major role in Ukraine's pursuit of energy independence. Hunter Biden has been appointed head of legal affairs at Burisma Holdings, Ukraine's largest private gas producer. The U.S. Vice President's son will also join the company's board of directors, consulting on matters related to international expansion and policies surrounding the country's economy. economy. Critics say this is typical Washington politics, exploiting a foreign crisis for personal gain.
It's very difficult to disentangle business interests from national interests.
Vice President Biden has repeatedly accused Moscow of meddling in Ukraine's affairs, also insisting that America will help Kyiv reduce its dependency on Russia's energy. Mr. Biden just didn't mention that his own son and the U.S. would be benefiting in the interim. Reporting from New York, Marina Portnaya, RT.
Boom, guys.
Yeah.
That was 2014, folks.
Yep.
Also, Shady, let's take a look at this. This is Baghdad, Iraq.
Waking up.
Massive demonstration here. Against Iran. Wow.
You know, it was actually a fairly modern functioning society before we destroyed it 20 years ago.
Right. All for what? War, scam, trillions.
Blood on foreign lands.
Blood on foreign lands. Yeah, blood to the earth, because these people believe in stuff that we don't believe in. Guess what is in Iraq? Babylon, folks.
Yes, sir.
Massive sexual harassment at the UN, guys. Internal survey found at least 28 employees said they experienced rape or sexual assaults while working at the UN. More than 640 others said that they were victims or witnessed sexual harassment. All right, guys, time to get out of the UN.
That building needs to be cleaned.
Oh, yeah. The Bakers are back. Q is back. Welcome back, Bakers, and welcome back, Q. Also, another one, Cult. We got the Cults going on. December 78. A bizarre theater company headed by an actress. Amazing from that. Also, I'd like to buy a vowel.
Hi.
Let's listen to this. This is a well-spoken young man.
No nonsense policies, and especially since Jeffrey Epstein didn't kill himself. That's awesome. Yeah, it's totally perfect. Just can't wait to see it.
Turning back to Alabama.
I love my fellow countrymen.
I love my fellow Crimson Tide Patriots, guys. And with that, Shady, I think we're out. We got the outro pick up right now, brother.
We got to bounce out of here. It was Tuesday. Great to hear back from Q. Thank you, Matrixxx. Thank you, Patriots.
Did you say
everyone
Tuesday?
Out there. Wow.
Shady.
Good luck with all the winning.
Did you say Tuesday?
It's Tuesday.
It's Tuesday. I like it. I like it a lot. Sorry for interrupting you, but I thought that was awesome. It is Tuesday. I love it. Every day is Tuesday because we worship Q. All hail Q. Actually, think for yourself, folks. Think for yourself. Read the drops. Learn. Live. Be happy, guys. Be
truthful and prosper.
Be truthful. Yeah. Be absolutely truthful. I mean, that's what it's about. God bless you all, Patriots. This is Shady Groove with 3 O's. The amazing Shady Groove. In the Matrixxx with 3 X's. I got work to do. You Patriots out there, you guys are the news now. We're the news now. Put that armor of God on. We are being attacked. Many different angles, folks. But they can't hurt us. Because in the end, God wins. Peace, Patriots.